Andy Cohen's addressing a Nene Leakes possible return to Bravo. And are people trying to get Andy Cohen removed from Bravo altogether? Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So, we've been talking about Andy Cohen and this alleged demotion. Again, guys, this is alleged. And when I say demotion, a lot of people naturally assume that we're going to see what this demotion will look like. As I said to you before, the Real Housewives franchise built Bravo to what you see today. If you've been following Bravo for a very long time, then you know that Bravo has had some transformations over the years. But it was the Real Housewives that helped really bring it to prominence. We even did a recent story where Andy Cohen, in this book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé, was talking about how his relationship with Kara Raz's Welch changed. And one of the things that he made it seem as if is like he gave her this huge opportunity. And Carol later on social media said to him, no, the Real Housewives made Andy Cohen, not me. And look, that's debatable, but we've debated that already before. Even Bethany Frankel has been at battle with Andy Cohen in recent weeks. But there have been continuous rumors, and I emphasize rumors, that Andy Cohen has been demoted at Bravo because of various reasons. And as I said to you before, ratings have a big effect on the power that you yield. Real Housewives, yes, although there are solid ratings in Beverly Hills and in Potomac, there have been declining ratings, but there have been declining ratings across the board. I'm fair. And I also believe that Andy Cohen plays a very important role in the growth of what Real Housewives did on Bravo and for Bravo itself. That's why they gave him so many opportunities. That's why Andy Cohen has hosted shows that he doesn't even produce. But with that being said, I've also said because the network and because the franchise has not evolved, that's part of the reason why people, you guys have said it in the comment section, have been checking out. So a few weeks ago while I was traveling the Netherlands, a blind item came out. Emphasize, blind item, unconfirmed. However, this was after the rumors of a demotion, that Watch What Happens Live might be canceled because of ratings.
So there's a rumor going around that Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live might be canceled. So there is a blind item going around saying that Bravo is seriously considering ending this late night talk show because of its failing ratings. And if you follow the Bravo ratings like I do, then you know that I've been reporting multiple weeks that the ratings for Watch What Happens Live suck. And we've been talking about Andy Cohen and Watch What Happens Live still being on the air despite these very low ratings. But you also know we've been talking about how Andy was demoted, but I've been saying he's lost his influence over the executives at NBC Universal because the Housewives franchise is not bringing the same numbers that it used to bring. So it would not surprise me if the late night talk show would go as well, as along with a lot of other of his shows.
And as I said to you before, shout out to our friends on Twitter, Bravo Ratings. I follow that. I see the ratings in Bravo and, how some are doing really well and how some aren't doing well. And one of those tweets that I reposted a while ago was, wow, and it was in regards to Watch What Happens Live's ratings, was that if this was any other show on Bravo, wouldn't they have canceled it? Okay. And then, of course, this blind item came out a couple weeks later. So, as I said to you before, the blind item was alluding that Watch What Happens Live possibly could be canceled because of failing ratings. Look, rumor. Well, now, I love the internet. Now people have set up a petition to remove Andy from the network altogether. Shout out to our friends over at the Jasmine brand. They reposted this story, including the video that I did. So thank you for citing us there. They said this in their report. There is a petition circulating to remove Andy Cohen from Bravo completely. It's titled NBC/Universal to replace Andy Cohen, and it has amassed thousands of signatures. The description for the petition claims that Andy has been, quote, toxic, narcissistic, and rude on Bravo shows he hosts. It says this: Andy Cohen has been the face of Bravo for well over a decade. Lately, the host of the Real Housewives reunion and Watch What Happens Live is becoming toxic to watch. He displays narcissistic, pompous, and rude behavior on reunion episodes and has come under fire for allegations of favoritism, racism, and sexism. Andy Cohen needs to be replaced with someone who is fair, nice, easy to get along with, and honest. Some former stars of the Bravo network have called for the removal of Andy Cohen, and as a longtime fan, I agree with them. They continue by saying this: for 2021, NBC Universal and Bravo must replace Andy Cohen as the face of the Bravo network. The fans want and deserve a host that they can relate to. Andy Cohen is toxic, annoying, unfair. Damn, annoying. Unfair towards certain guests and rude. Suggested replacements include Mario Lopez, Jeff Lewis, and Jerry O'Connell. With these picks, the network would see a broader audience, higher ratings, and more revenue. To NBC, Universal, and Bravo, let the change begin now. I know what you're thinking. No, I did not start this petition. This, as I said to you before, I reported on this rumor weeks ago. I reported on this rumor, and now all of a sudden, this petition is coming. There's suggestions. I like Jerry O'Connell. Right now, he is the host of The Talk. He's a co-host on The Talk. He tried to have his own talk show here in New York. That didn't happen. Jerry O'Connell is very likable. He's also a very talented actor. But I'm always so tired on how even us as fans are always saying these celebrities that we already know. There's so many incredible, talented people on YouTube, on TikTok, on social media that are funny, that are talented. And this is what goes back to what I was saying about how the network is not evolving. You talk about diversity, you talk about evolving, and you have the same host, an executive producer who, without a doubt, because you've been doing it for so long, you get tired of doing it. You do have favorites unknowingly sometimes, and you treat everyone very differently. So your perspective is skewed when you're hosting these platforms. Understandably. But as someone that has made millions off of this and you want to continue to make millions, it's in your best interest to be like, you know what? Let's try someone else. Let's try a few different people to host these reunions. Let's produce another show, not of the housewives hosting it, of talented, funny people that might need a break. But that's just my suggestion. And here on my platform, I can make that suggestion. It is what it is. I had to report on this story. But now, Andy Cohen is also addressing, we also reposted a story that Nene Leakes, when she was on The Real, said that she was open to returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And a lot of you were like, really, Nene? You called the network racist. You called Andy racist. Well, Andy took to his radio program and is responding to those possibilities of Nene Leakes returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And this is what he says. So according to our friends over at Reality Blurb, shout out to them, because here on the channel, what do? We always cite our sources. So Andy, who has had conflicts with several castmates in the past, spoke about Nene's possible return on Andy Cohen Live, a new show on his Sirius XM channel. He said that the situation was, quote, complicated, and he shared that he is now in contact with Nene again since her husband passed away. Before this, you remember, when Nene, departed Bravo, she blew everything up in flames, rightfully so. She said that people were racist. She said her team had turned on her, so much so that her team ended up being shifted. I don't know who she's working with now. But she had a lot of damning claims and even said possibly she was going to seek legal counsel about a possible lawsuit, reportedly. Okay? So Andy never stated that he was okay with her return. In fact, his comments were somewhat cryptic. He says this: "What I don't want to do is get into a public thing with her," speaking of Nene. "I think she would probably prefer that I keep her name out my mouth, and that is what I'm going to honor." It does sound like something Nene would say, though. Keep my name out your mouth. But it sounds as if, first of all, as I said to you just before, Nene and Andy are back in contact. They hadn't been in contact since the big blow up, but Greg Leakes has passed, and Andy was one of the first people to post and remembering Greg on his social media. So they're back in contact. So I don't know how you go back from some of the things that Nene says, and should she go back? She says that she's open to it, but after you made those sort of claims, I'm not one to believe that you can't go back to a place that may have been problematic, especially if you're going back and you're trying to make a change. But a lot of people were very critical of Nene and saying that, oh, she's saying this now, but why didn't you say it while you were there and you actually had some influence and power? Who knows? But will we see Nene Leakes back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? I don't think anytime soon, especially based off of what Andy is saying. And it doesn't sound like Andy has forgotten some of the things that Nene Leakes has said. Neither have you guys, because as soon as I reported on this story, you all were like, but wasn't Andy racist to her and the network treating her badly? And we shall see the future of Nene Leakes and Andy Cohen and the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're currently filming. They were actually here in New York celebrating Candy's new Broadway show, which I need to go see. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts on the rumors that Watch What Happens Live might be ending. What do you think about this petition? And what do you think about what Andy Cohen had to say in regards to Nene Leakes? As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.